After a quick flight from Cairo to Amman, we checked into our hotel. A couple of our friends from the Egypt tour had also signed up for the Jordan portion of the trip, but we met everyone else the next day on our first excursion. We visited Jerash, which was an ancient Roman town. We walked around there for a while, and mostly we were just thrilled about the temperature in Jordan compared to the intense heat of Egypt. After Jerash, we drove to the Dead Sea to go for a swim. The water there is so salty that you have no choice but to float. If you try to submerge yourself at all, it's almost impossible to do so and you get pushed right back up. They also had these buckets of mud to put on yourself to make your skin smoother. I don't know if it actually worked, but it was kind of fun to smear mud all over ourselves. The next day we visited Karat Castle, which was built during the Crusades. From the castle, we took a van to Little Petra. To finish off the day, we enjoyed a beautiful sunset over the rocks. The next morning, we woke up super early to visit the real Petra. What time is it, Dad?
Super early. That's just not bad now. That's like 6.
That's like 6, but we woke up at like 5. And where are we going?
Well, I woke up at 4.
Well, that's not good.
We're going to Petra.
We're going to Petra.
Uh-huh.
3.5 hour hike? Yeah, 3-hour hike?
I think it's little blocks of like hour this, hour this. It's like a pretty big area, it looks like.
Got it. Because we had just seen the pyramids a week or so earlier, it was our second wonder of the world in under 2 weeks. Along the way, we stopped and this guy put Arabic kohl on us, which was pretty much powder eyeliner that they used to block out the sun and enhance their eyes. We continued to hike up to the monastery at the top, and the best part was seeing these 2 puppies we found up there. I started the walk down, which was even better than the way up because you could see the canyons and desert stretching out in front of you. Mom and I decided to walk down, but Dad and Jack opted to come down on donkeys. This is unrelated, but when I got back down, I had some time to wait for everyone else to come back down, and I found a kitten, and it fell asleep in my arms, and it was the best thing ever.
Later that evening, I headed back to Petra. I was incredibly tired, but could not pass up the opportunity to see Petra by night. We walked from the entrance to the treasury, which is about 2 kilometers. There were candles lighting the path. When we arrived at the treasury, there was a field of candles, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We were given sweet tea, and we heard some music, and it was all very magical.
The next day, we took our stuff with us to stay out in a Bedouin camp in the middle of the desert. While it was still light out, we took a couple trucks out to drive around the dunes and see the rock formations.
Our tour group split into a couple jeeps. We drove around the Wadi Rum desert and rock area. This is an amazing space. It's not just big open desert, which is, nice enough on its own, but you have these giant rock outcroppings, amazing arches and shapes, and it's really just breathtaking in scope. You really feel small, but part of the grandeur of the whole thing. It's no mistake that they filmed a lot of movies here, Star Wars movies, Lawrence of Arabia, and of course Dune, which we got to go see just about a week later. So having been in this space and then seeing, on a giant screen where sandworms pop up out of these things, adds to this sense of mysticism.
One area we stopped in the desert had darker reddish sand near the lighter tan sand, so our guide took the red sand to write all of our names out in Arabic. After enjoying a sunset out in the desert, we drove back into camp for dinner. While we were out all day in the desert, our food had been cooking under the sand. The next morning, we were up before the sun to go on a camel ride.
So it is about 6:30 in the morning, and we are riding camels through the desert here in Jordan. And it's a little scary getting up, and some of the camels were not too happy about it. Did you get that?
We stopped for a while to get off and enjoy the sunrise. Then we got back on the camels, which you can see here. It's not the easiest. This pretty much wrapped up our time in Jordan, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Not to sound like a professional YouTuber or anything, but remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already so you get a notification when I post these videos. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.